from Alex Rodriguez. Benefits of Ruby on Rails. Is it powerful enough to start a social site or interactive platform? Well, I know there's probably some Rails guys watching this that are like, yeah, I know the answer to this question. But when people ask me why Rails, I usually say, if any language, any web framework is good, as long as your developer knows what they're doing, right? So I know some PHP developers and some even JavaScript Node developers that are amazing, and they know how to do unit testing and know how to set up a framework really well, and they know how to do object-oriented programming really well, and they create beautiful PHP, .NET, Java apps. The benefit of using Rails is that it provides you a golden path for web development. Right? It provides you all the tools you need to keep your code organized, to do your unit testing, to do object-oriented programming, in a framework that allows you to be really flexible. Because when it comes to creating software, software isn't like building a bridge. I can't give you the blueprints, right? Software, as you're building it, you realize things along the way. You realize a week in, you need to stay agile, and you get something in front of you, start working with it, and you realize that the feature needs to work differently than you first wrote out. And the benefit of using Rails is it gives you that flexibility to adapt, so it doesn't cost too much to make changes. And the other thing is, too, there's sort of one golden path for Rails. So if you go to one developer and they're using Rails and they use best practices with Rails and they build it up, and then for some reason they go away, you should be able to grab any other Rails developer and they should automatically be able to pick it up and get going. Or if I need to hire a Rails developer for my project for Code School, I can bring them on board, and it's only a few hours before they're up and producing. Whereas, if you're into PHP, well, you're kind of talking about frameworks. If the person you hired used Cake, then you have to find a Cake PHP person, right? Okay, hope that was a good enough. And yes, it is powerful enough to start a social site or interactive platform.